My production manager just told me that you guys couldn't hear a dang thing I was saying. Well, lucky for y'all, I get to start over. So that's all my bad. I had the microphone muted. So anyway, well, let's start over. I'm going to cover something tonight that is very important as far as you needing to know the information about your Pulsar Halo Hub. Your Pulsar Halo Hub has several different communications platforms included in it, and that's part of our package deal. Is we put all these into one system, and so you've got your RF frequency for your security. We've got your Z-Wave for your home automation devices like door locks, thermostats, garage door controllers, Z-Wave lights, light switches, smart sockets, all those kind of things. And then we've also got a communications platform in here for your cellular that helps the hub communicate outside your home. Obviously, the Wi-Fi connection or the internet connection directly through an Ethernet cable. We've also got Bluetooth LE that communicates with the pin pad and devices like that. And then we also, the system utilizes Wi-Fi. And what we've done, and this is what makes our system unique, is having all of those communication platforms in one system. That's what makes our system unique and a step above most things out there, is because we've combined all these into one platform that in other companies would cost you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. You know, I was talking with Sean Miller up in Fargo on Monday, explaining some of the high-end communication systems that they put in for home automation. And you're talking tens of thousands of dollars for some of these things. Pulsar Halo puts a lot of these things into... Now, obviously, we're not comparing ourselves with some of those high-end smart home platforms, but we have bits and pieces of them, put them all together, make an affordable package that can cover pretty much most things that people want to have in their home. So anyway, let's get started with that. So I've got a hub already busted open here, so you can see, and I can kind of point to some of the things in here, because you can actually see some of these devices inside here. So first thing, I'm going to turn this off so we get rid of some glare. There we go. So if you look in this hub here, one of the first things I want to point out is this motherboard that's built in right here. You'll see this antenna. These two little antennas that come out here, those two antennas are what communicate with your security and safety sensors. Now, what do I mean by security and safety sensors? Your smoke detector, your Trident flood sensor, temperature sensors. Did I say smoke detector? That's a motion detector. Your motion detector, your smoke detector, your carbon monoxide detector, your Trident hub that is a flood, high temp, and low temp sensor, all in one little compact unit. You throw this thing on the floor. So the security and safety sensors, the door sensors, all those kind of things, those run through, they communicate with this antenna here, which is the RF that's built right into this motherboard. Now, in a Pulsar Halo system, we also have added this Z-Wave card. So we make that come standard in every Pulsar Halo hub. Let me pop that off of here. So this little tiny Z-Wave card, this is what communicates through these little antennas. So when you pop this thing on that module slot 3, that is what enables you to communicate with all the Z-Wave devices. Now with that, I'm talking about the door locks, the garage door controller, the smart socket, the light bulb, the thermostats. The kind of convenience items are through a totally separate communications platform, totally separate radio, transmission and receive radio for your Z-Wave devices. And then, so you've got your RF on this one, your Z-Wave on this one. The Bluetooth LE does not have an antenna. It's actually built into the system. Now, what does the Bluetooth communicate with? The Bluetooth communicates with your pin pads. The different this little pin pad here is a Bluetooth powered pin pad. So that uses a third communications platform. How about the cameras? Because that's where some of the confusion comes in. And in the end, I'll explain some of the confusion that people have, so you can kind of see why I'm explaining this stuff. So then we have cameras. Those communicate through Wi-Fi. Well, they don't communicate with your hub. They communicate through your home's Wi-Fi to the app on your phone. And so that's what I want to explain to everybody, is how all these systems work together, because sometimes it gets confusing and people think if they extend their... Oh, yeah. Yep, I know. No sound. You should have sound now, though, Dean, right? I hope everybody's got sound, so give me a heads up if you got sound, because I've been talking for a long time. Oh, yeah. There. Thanks, Greg. Yes, we can. Yes, I know. Fantastic. So your cameras communicate through your home's Wi-Fi. Now, and then obviously the final one we have is the cell card. If you have a cell card in your hub, you got the card that pops on here. That's an add-on device, so that's optional what you want. But that cell card now gives you the option to communicate outside to the monitoring station, to let them know. That also communicates to the SecureNet servers, which puts everything to your app, notifications, and then communicates with you. So if you have a cell card and you don't have it connected to the internet, that's what the cell card is. See, that's where you can plug into your internet for communication. If you don't have that option, or maybe you're afraid of your internet going down, the cell card can be your primary interface or your secondary backup. This security system does not at all connect with the archaic phone lines that a lot of other security systems, that used to be their primary source, was connecting through phone lines. We don't do that anymore. That's kind of archaic and cavemanish, because it was too easy for someone to clip a phone line. So it connects through your internet and or a cell card that's right here. Now, the reason why I bring that up, all this up, is because a lot of people had a little bit of confusion as to the devices in your home. Sometimes they think, oh, if I get a Z-Wave extender, now I can extend my security sensors. No, that is not the case. The security, like I said, the security and smart home safety devices, like the motion sensor, flood sensor, door sensor, smoke detector, carbon monoxide, those home and safety sensors exclusively run through this military-grade encrypted RF radio frequency long range, 1,500-foot open-air range. And the reason why they do that is because those are devices that are very sensitive and liability. We don't want somebody hacking into your security sensors, being able to disable them and now get in your home. These sensors and this hub is a professional-grade security system. So anybody tampering with any of your sensors or unplugging your hub or the smash and grab, finding your hub and destroying it, any of those things is going to automatically set off the alarm, and it's military-grade encrypted so they can't hack it. So that is a totally separate radio platform that communicates through those devices. The Z-Wave communicates through door locks, thermostat, and so they're separate, independent communication platforms, but where the integration takes place is once they get into the hub and they get to the app on your phone. That's where the communication takes place, is at the server level, the app on your phone. That's where all these devices get tied together, is when you go into the app on your phone. So now everything can happen. This is where recipes can get set up to where when a motion sensor detects motion, it can automatically come in through the hub here, go out to the server through the cell card or the internet, and now it says, oh, I detect motion. And this is all happening at the speed of light, of course. So this motion sensor detects motion. It communicates through this antenna here to this hub. That transmits it either through the internet or through this cell card back to the server where this app is running. And that server now sees that you have a recipe created saying, hey, you know what? When motion detector in the living room sees motion, Big T wanted the outside lights to turn on, or he wanted the kitchen lights to turn on. So that's the recipes that are created at the server level. So now that server is sending a signal back to the hub, either through the internet or cell card, and now it's communicating with the Z-Wave radio, saying, Z-Wave radio, RF detected motion, so I want Z-Wave to go tell the kitchen lights to turn on. So that's coming in here, going out to the server, coming back through here, and saying, communicate, turn the lights on. One of the unique parts about our system, it's one of the fastest on the market. There are systems out there to where that might take a second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds before this goes through, communicates, and comes back. Our system, it's almost instantaneously. Almost instantaneously. At the speed of light, this is happening. But it's communicating through this radio, and these two separate radios are not connected until they get back to the server where this app is run from. So I just want people to be clear on that there are two separate platforms here that are communicating, because some people have confusion with that. So your door locks, thermostat, lights, smart sockets, things like that, and these Z-Wave devices communicate through this platform. Security devices communicate through this platform. Well, what about the cameras, Big T? Oh, and then obviously PinPad, same thing. PinPad sends a signal to the Bluetooth radio over here. That goes out saying, I want you to arm the system, so it arms the system. That actually communicates directly with the hub. So it lets you know, but it also sends a signal out to let your phone know that the system has been armed. Now, the other big one is the cameras, and that's a big point I want to get to people, because there's some advantages you can take with the cameras. The security cameras do not communicate through this hub at all whatsoever. They do not have any communication with this hub. They communicate directly to your Wi-Fi router. Mine's right up there. I can't point at it to you or show you because it's right up above you. But the Wi-Fi router is what connects your cameras back to the servers. And then this app, now at the server level, it combines your camera feed with the server, so it's now on your app as well. So just to be clear, cameras do not communicate with this hub at all whatsoever. All they do is they need access to the internet from somewhere, either Wi-Fi or directly plugged in to an internet source. And then that goes back to, I got to see who's here. I got a doorbell that rang. Oh. Let's close windows. Yeah, go ahead and watch on Halo Nation. I've got to end meeting for all here. So that's the difference between those communicate. Now, what the advantages of these cameras, and let me tell you this because I use this myself, is your cameras do not have to be, because the cameras don't communicate with this hub, they don't have to be in the same proximity as this hub. Now, what's that mean? Well, yeah, you got the hub in your home. Maybe you got a couple cameras in your home. But maybe you want to put a camera up at the cabin. Or you want to put a camera at mom's house. Or you want to put a camera somewhere else. As long as there's an internet source at the place where you're putting that camera, it doesn't have to be in the same location. So I might have 3 cameras at my house, but I want to put a camera up at the cabin so I can kind of keep an eye on the cabin, or a different location, or I want to keep an eye on mom, or put it in an apartment or something like that. That will link it right to this app, not even having to be in proximity to this hub. So I can get a total of 8 cameras if I want. I can put 4 of them at my house, and I can put 4 of them somewhere else, but I can look at all 8 of them right here on my app. So just something to keep in mind, that that might come in handy. You might have a use for a camera in different locations. You don't have to buy a whole separate hub if all you want is just a camera at another location. Now, I recommend it if you're trying to secure that location, because all you're going to be able to do is just see it. You're not going to get notified of anything because there's no security sensors to alert you to anything. But you can check in on mom or check in on things like that. So, that's another thing that communicates through the encrypted RF is the panic pendant. That communicates. That's a security and safety sensor, so that communicates through the encrypted RF, just to let you know that. So anyway, those are just a couple of things just to kind of inform you of the different platforms of this hub. It is quite a task. I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons why this hub separates itself from the competition out there, is because all these platforms are now integrated together, and that kind of integration, that's, for a lot of companies, that's a big extra expense. Well, you've got all that in one with the Pulsar Halo hub, and that integration of having your security that now can integrate with your Z-Wave devices and can now integrate with your cameras and can that's what makes us unique. There's people that walk into the stores, they might be looking for different devices and different things to try and make their home a smart home, but they really can't work together, so it kind of eliminates the purpose of them all. We cover that with our Pulsar Halo system. So anyway, I'm going to open it up. If you're on the Halo Nation page, go ahead and type in if you have any questions about this technical stuff, because I can answer that for you. But one of the things I did want to promote tonight is if you want to become an expert in this system, knowing how to talk and how to promote this kind of system, the conference that we have coming up on February 9th down in Dallas, Texas, is going to be a great place to go, because we're going to have representatives from our manufacturer, representatives from our central station, our monitoring company. We're also going to have information about the app and the app development. And so there's going to be all kinds of information and details on how you can set up different things and different scenes. And it's going to be basically a crash course, a PhD in learning your system, learning how to promote it, how to install your own system, how to get the most out of the system that you have. All those kind of details are going to be covered at Accelerate 2019. And I say that because it is quite a thing that we're putting together. Oh, I thought I had that on here. I do not. So anyway, that's what I wanted to cover. Let me see if I got any questions coming here. Hey, I see Sean Miller joined us. Brian, we miss Jan. Yes, I know. Well, you know what? We can have Jan come on and help me with some tech talk. That would be fantastic. Keep the knowledge coming. Smart home. Thanks, Chris. We all do. Michael Alberts is on here. Dean Johnson's on here. BJ is on from, where you at now? Missouri or Kansas or Nebraska? Somewhere in the Midwest here. Nick Muschetti's on here. Greg Humphrey's on here. Daphne Torbillo. Shannon Croteau. So, Daryl Stewart's on. Alex Adamski. So, any other questions about that, go ahead and type them in. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I had for tonight. Oh, one more thing I forgot. If you have one of these in your home, Amazon Echo Dot, another communication platform that uses, this communicates directly, because some people seem to think that this thing is connecting with your hub. It's not connecting with your hub. The Amazon Echo connects to your Wi-Fi. You just set it up with the directions that come in the box, set it up to your Wi-Fi, and then what you're doing to connect this to communicate is through the internet. You're giving Amazon Echo the credentials so she can log in, so Alexa can log in to your app and actually control the devices that you have in your app. So any of these lights and appliances that you have here, arming and disarming the system. So that Amazon Echo uses your Wi-Fi in your current home to communicate with that. It's not connecting directly to your hub. It's connecting through Wi-Fi back to the servers where the app is run from. And then that all connects. And so, one more thing about the cameras. I do get questions about the cameras. Are the cameras secure? Yes, the cameras are secure. They run through a private VPN at the server level. So you are the only one that has access to those cameras. Now, if you give your password to somebody so they can log into your app, well, then of course they're going to have access to it, but you're the only one that can actually see those cameras, and they use a high-level security protocol to eliminate anybody, not even the monitoring company or Pulsar Halo can see your cameras. Nobody can see your cameras except the person that has your password to get access to your they have to have access to this app in order to see your cameras. Though, so the military grade encryption has to do with the security and safety devices, not your camera. It doesn't have to do with your Z-Wave device. It just has to do with the rolling encryption that changes on those security devices. So anyway, with that, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all down February 6th. We got a couple of weeks. I think this Friday is your last chance to get the discount on hotels. So go ahead and go to, let me go to the computer screen here. Go to Halo Nation right here. And if you look, there is a link. Oh, there was a link. Where the heck is it? I think it's right there, 2019. Accelerate Halo 2019. Oh, well, maybe I lied to you. It has to be on here somewhere. Oh, this is right over here. Accelerate Halo, popular topics. There it is. And there's the link. So you go right here to go ahead and book your hotels at this Omni Dallas Hotel. Go to their website and it'll give you the phone number to call, and then use the password. I believe it's Halo or Pulsar Halo. Yeah, so you can call in there. There's details about the hotel. But call in and let them know you're with Pulsar Halo, and they will get your hotel room. I think it's only $119 for the hotel room, and then you get to all the knowledge on Saturday that we're going to cover and information, and then at the end of the night we're going to party away with the Emerald City Band, which is a fantastic band from Dallas, Texas. So I'm excited to see that as a musician. Anyway, that's it for Pulsar Halo TV tonight. Tune in every week. We learn more tech stuff and have more fun every week. That helps you become an expert. If you've missed some past episodes, go to the PulsarHaloTV.com. That'll take you to our YouTube channel, and you can go back and look through previous episodes. There's some that are labeled with different topics. How to set up recipes, how to set up Amazon Echo, how to set up your cameras, all kinds of details. Go ahead and learn that stuff where you can become an accomplished representative and can represent your product well. So that's it. Big T signing off. Have a fantastic evening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.